Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Well, here's a dodgy one for Keir Starmer. There's been pressure groups have been saying that Labour aren't doing enough about the environment. They need to push more. They need to spend more money. They must take decisive action on national and international ecology. We must save the environment, save the biota, save all the little animals and all the plants. It's important that we maintain biological integrity. And they're right, it is. We need to have as many biodiverse areas as possible. Biodiversity is what keeps the planet alive. All these monocrops that go up damage the world so much because it's just destructive. We need to have much more croppage and much more smaller fields. Yes, yields will go down, but have more of them. Easier to deal with, but better for the world. But apparently Labour aren't doing enough, and so they're putting pressure on this. And they're saying that there's basically not just a climate emergency that everyone talks about, but there's actually a nature emergency because vast amounts of our planet are being dug up, covered, destroyed. Deforestation is a big thing. Water runoff, retention runoff, all that is a thing. There's all sorts of dangerous things going across the whole world that we need to stop. And that's what they're telling them. They're saying that Labour have really got to commit to this or it will be very, very bad for the planet. And these people are right, in fact. The irony is, of course, at this moment in time, while the Labour Party go, we must cut oil use, we must do this, we must do that, all these things. They're also, first of all, digging up vast amounts of biologically active land where millions upon millions of animals lay, where there are very many different species of plants, of funguses, of all the useful things we're going to need, either now or in the future. And they're digging all this up and destroying it, destroying animal habitats, destroying the natural order of the world, so they can put in giant wind farms and solar farms. And the destructive nature of this on the biota of Britain is incalculable. On top of that, they're taking all this prime farmland, this fertile soil, and digging it all up so they can plant growler houses all over it. The runoff from these places, from the rains, will cause immense damage downstream. There's just not enough ways of describing how absolutely damaging this is for the biodiversity and the whole of the ecosystem in this country. And yet, just the other day, in Parliament, Starmer, on his flying visit in, said that people's homes are more important than the biological integrity of this great nation. No, it isn't. No, it really isn't. And there are many places where homes could be built to house all the immigrants. We don't need to dig up prime farmland to house immigrants. They're not doing it to house immigrants. They are in a way, because all these houses, these 1.5 million houses, are all designed to house immigrants. But it's all to do with destruction of Britain's countryside. Starmer actually is on an active quest to destroy our countryside. Why does he hate the countryside so much? It's because the countryside represents the one thing he cannot abide: freedom. People can have freedom in the countryside. It's easy to control people in cities, and it's easy to control people once you control the food supply, because you can bend them to their will by starvation. People in the countryside living in villages and that, much harder to police, and they tend to be more subsiding. You take care, you've got your own energy, your own heat, your own water, you can do things. They can't control you quite so easily. And that, of course, is why Starmer hates it. That's why he's trying to turn every village into a town, every town into a city. It's all about control. But at the time that he's doing this, the price is the destruction beyond measure of plant, animal, fungus, biodiversity, habitat, everything. So when it is just an industrial wasteland, just think of the 5'9" turd sitting in number 10. Thanks very much. Bye.